2025 Commonwealth. In charge of the Commonwealth, Minister Felix Mbayu, launching the celebrations and emphasizing the need for collective effort to bolster cooperation and unity among Commonwealth nations. This year's Commonwealth Day falls on Monday, March 10, and is observed annually the second Monday in March. The day provides an opportunity to see the values and achievements of the Commonwealth, as well as strengthen ties between its member states. To mark the occasion, various events are held across the Commonwealth, including ceremonies, services, educational and cultural events, and publications. In Rome, the celebrations are vital, given the country's history and ties with the Commonwealth. As a member of the Commonwealth, Cameroon benefits from cooperation in areas of education, health, and trade. Minister Felix, Minister at the Presidency, or rather, of the Commonwealth, speaks following it.
All these an opportunity to reaffirm and share commitment in the principles of unity, peace, and equality. This year's theme encapsulates the strength of Commonwealth, a work of nations working together to uplift all citizens and build a greater bank by opportunity and resilience and of good. Because it reminds us of the imperative to stand in solidarity, fostering mutual progress amidst contemporary challenges. It aligns seamlessly with the values that define Cameroon, values which define Cameroon as reaffirmed by the head of state, His Excellency Paul Biya, in his various engagements with the Cameroonian people.
In other news, some Cameroonians in Yaoundé have received their new biometric identity cards within 48 hours of submitting their application. Recipients have expressed satisfaction with the streamlined process. The rapid production of biometric identity cards is, according to citizens, a notable achievement as it addresses a long-standing concern among Cameroonians regarding the lengthy and often cumbersome process of obtaining application documents. The introduction of biometric technology and efficient processing systems is set to significantly reduce waiting times, making it easier for citizens to access essential services and exercise their rights. The expedited production of biometric identity cards is part of the Cameroonian government's effort to modernize its civil registration and identification systems. By leveraging technology and process improvements, the government aims to enhance the overall citizen experience, promote transparency, and strengthen national security. The country continues to roll out its biometric identity card program. The feedback from satisfied citizens in their promising indication of the positive impact that the efficient and effective public services can have on people's lives. In other news, Cameroon's rice industry is set to receive a significant boost thanks to a 5.9 billion CFA francs funding agreement with the Covered Fund for Arab Economic Development. The funding, which was formalized recently in Yaoundé, will support the country's efforts to improve rice production, productivity, and self-sufficiency. According to the Ministry of Economy, Planning and Regional Development, the funding will enable Cameroon to enhance its rice value chain, support local rice farmers, and ensure food security. The project also aids rice production with a rate of 460,027, up from 140,710 tons in 2024. However, despite these ambitious targets, Cameroon's rice demand is expected to remain higher than its production capacity. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the country's rice demand was estimated at 576,949 tons in 2020, and this figure is expected to continue growing. As a result, Cameroon will need to maintain its rice imports to meet the shortfall. In other news, a project dubbed the Hélène OB4 that has as prior objective the tailoring of bridge gaps in humanitarian response and also see to it persons living with disabilities are involved. Has launched. It was done by the Christian Blind Mission during a one-day workshop in Yaoundé. The innovation for this fourth phase of the project will be the provision of tools for identification of people living with disability in the course of humanitarian relief efforts, as disclosed by the country director of the Christian Mission, Julius Pon.
Journée mondiale de la sauvage. Hier, la réflexion portait sur le financement de la conservation de la vie sauvage investie pour l'humanité et la planète. Occasion de s'intéresser aux stratégies mises en place par le Cameroun pour relever les défis auxquels font face les aires protégées. Écoutons à ce sujet le conseiller de la réserve du Dia, Bertrand Georges N. au micro de DF.
Le ministre des Forêts et de la Faune, conscient des insuffisances que présente la gestion des protégés axée exclusivement sur les projets et les programmes, a commis une étude qui a permis de ressortir les différents mécanismes de financement durable des aires protégées au rang desquels la réserve ne soit pas rupture des financements, parce que nous demandons beaucoup plus des financements externes pour que les aires protégées puissent avoir un mécanisme de financement durable. Nous pouvons partir soit vers les partenariats publics, soit vers les fonds filières, soit par le paiement des services environnementaux. La lutte contre le braconnage constitue aussi un grand défi. Outre le braconnage, nous avons les espaces pour prendre le bois qui sont trop à l'œuvre pour pouvoir exploiter illégalement. Tous les êtres vivants sont liés. Pour la biodiversité, en adhérant à la politique de gestion des aires protégées faune, c'est protéger notre. Alors, un matin, c'est négliger la chaîne et par conséquent arriver à des situations qui peuvent aboutir à la disparition de certaines espèces.
Ma fille, et ironisation, c'est ce que se célébrera la 40e édition de la Journée internationale de la femme le samedi 8 mars 2025. Les préparatifs s'intensifient dans la capitale. Les mobilisations générales des femmes à la délégation régionale de la santé publique pour le littoral pour commémorer cette journée internationale de la femme à travers de nombreuses activités parmi lesquelles l'investissement humain, les tables rondes, les redons nécessaires dans les hôpitaux. Table ronde est prévue à la délégation régionale de la santé cet après-midi à 13h dans la salle de conférence de la délégation sur l'hygiène bucco-dentaire chez la femme et la jeune fille pour une meilleure confiance en soi et une deuxième thématique sur la femme travailleuse et le stress. Toujours dans le cadre de cette célébration, les hommes et femmes du quartier Nouvelle-Bassa font un retour aux sources en allant à leurs ancêtres sur la grotte sacrée Angok-Litouba dans l'arrondissement de Dôme, Saga-Maritime. Un voyage de découverte des grands vailles Likoda pour se réapproprier leur histoire en allant au cœur des origines du peuple Bassa Batimpo. Ce déplacement est composé d'une forte délégation d'hommes et de femmes partis de Douala et d'autres depuis la diaspora. Ce sera aussi l'occasion de vous faire découvrir la réalité socio-économique de cette localité située dans l'art-pays avec notre reporter que nous aurons dans nos prochaines éditions.
We proceed in the news to say that in a bid to stimulate growth in the region's financial market, the Central African Stock Exchange is pushing forward with two initiatives that is digitalization and splitting the shares of listed companies. Luis Mbangia-Tolo, CEO of the BVMAC, revealed that these reforms are a top priority for 2025, with partnerships already secured to automate key processes. The current state of the market presents a significant barrier to entry for small investors. With only 6 listed companies, the lowest price share is at 1,500 CFA francs, while the most expensive is at 207,300 CFA francs. By splitting these shares, the BVMAC aims to increase trading volume and create more opportunities for market participants, including brokerage firms, fixed capital investment companies, and asset managers operating in the CEMAC zone. The digitalization effort will transition the market from a system to a continuous one, streamlining transactions and making the market more efficient and valuable for stakeholders. In other news, the Nachigal Hydropower Company has successfully connected the seventh and final generator of the Southern Interconnected Network, marking a significant development. The Southern Interconnected Network supplies electricity to 7 of Cameroon's 10 regions, including the will send south, littoral, west, northwest, southwest region, and east. According to Nigeria Hydropower Company, the 7th generator was coupled to the electrical grid on February 27, bringing the plant closer to delivering its full capacity of 420 megawatts. The company is currently conducting tests before the final commissioning of the generator. Located 70 kilometers northeast of Yaoundé on the Sanaga River in the Central region, the Nigeria Hydroelectric Power Plant consists of generators, which, or rather each with a capacity of 60 megawatts. Once all generators are operational, the plant will have an installed capacity of 420 megawatts, accounting for 30% of Cameroon's energy needs. And we talk something else, not too good news for Cameroon and the African continent as a whole due to suspension of American international aid announced recently. The information that was made public after a decree was signed to that effect at the White House in Washington. The African continent has been affected by these new twistings since it is the main beneficiary of aid provided by the United States Agency for International Development. Only sub-Saharan African countries benefited almost 11 billion US dollars out of the $40 billion budget in 2023 through NGOs, bilateral agreements, or international agencies. Ethiopia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and South Sudan featured as main beneficiaries of funding projects, countries that have been wrecked by armed conflicts for several years, making their population to depend on humanitarian aid for food and treatment. Worth noting that at the top of the list of these aid investments, the health domain features with particular focus on the fight against HIV and AIDS.
12h et 23 minutes. Vous écoutez le journal sur DFM. À l'étranger, précisément en Guinée équatoriale, Souaguibé crée sa production et divise par deux les importations de boissons en 7 ans, avec des importations réduites de 85,42 à 43,28 milliards de francs CFA. L'entreprise équato-guinéenne Souaguibé est parvenue à consolider sa position dans le pays africain. En augmentant sa production, elle contrôle désormais 80% du marché. Un bilan tout bénéfique pour l'économie de la Guinée équatoriale. Christian Ekwala nous présente les chiffres dans ce reportage.
Entre 2017 et 2024, la Sociedad Équato-Guinéa de Bebidas, dite Sogibé, filiale du groupe français Castel, a considérablement renforcé sa présence sur le marché équato-guinéen des boissons. En 2017, Sogibé détenait moins de 5% des parts du marché grâce à une augmentation significative de sa production, atteignant 70 millions de bouteilles. En 2024, l'entreprise contrôle désormais 80% du marché national des boissons. Cette expansion a eu un impact notable sur l'économie du pays. Les importations de boissons, qui s'élevaient à 85,42 milliards de francs CFA, à environ 136,4 millions de dollars américains en 2017, ont diminué de près de 50% pour atteindre 43,28 milliards de francs CFA, soit près de 70 millions de dollars américains en 2024. La réduction des importations a permis de renforcer l'industrie locale et de favoriser l'autosuffisance du pays en matière de production de boissons.
Et en sport football, hier lundi, Rigobert Sombar Nakapa a fait un contrat en manager sélectionneur de l'équipe nationale de la Centrafrique. Il a posé sa signature au bas d'un contrat d'une durée de 2 ans. Son salaire mensuel sera de 4 500 000 francs CFA. La Fédération de football République centrafricaine ne s'est d'ailleurs pas associée à la cérémonie de signature qui a été présidée par le ministère centrafricain des Sports. L'ancien capitaine mythique des Lions indomptables et ex-entraîneur sélectionneur des Lions indomptables prend ainsi le contrôle de la sélection nationale de la République centrafricaine.
We continue in a sports page to say that the 2025 NASCO League B games will take place in Boy Monday to 20th to April in the southeast region. More than 1,500 people are expected to take part in the games, according to the organizing committee of the event that is meeting Yaoundé in their 7th and 8th session. A 2 days deliberation, which will conclude this Tuesday, is chaired by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Basic Education, Daniel Oyono Adams, on behalf of the Secretary of State to the Minister of Basic Education. Details with Erastus Ndoye.
The 18th edition of the FENASCO League B Games have been programmed to take place from the 8th to the 20th of April 2025 in Buea, chief town of the Southwest region. According to the organizing committee of the Games, over 1,500 pupils are expected to take part in the tournament, which promises to produce different novelties. Ayubkega Nengwe Evelyn is the Director of School Sports, Health and Curricular Activities at the Ministry of Basic Education.
The general orientation that has been given by the Minister of Basic Education, Professor Laurence Chetundewa, is that all the regions should benefit from this organization. Well, it's going to be special in the sense that we are going for a better organization, because more than ever before, the children will be at the center of the games. Parents decide to give us these children without any conditions. So it is our wish that the children come and experience very good spent with the Duke.
She outlined that they are mapping out strategies for the children to have the best time of their lives.
In terms of benefits, they are going to visit those beautiful touristic sites in Limbe. Their food this time around will be wonderful. They'll eat very well, and they'll take home souvenirs. That's one of the pledges that the minister has made for Limbe 2025.
The 12-day event will be taking place under the banner Life Fleet, Living Together, Understanding and Faith in One Another. Last year event, which took place in Bafusam in the region, saw the Northwest and Southwest finish bottom of the games.
Meantime, Minister of Sport and Physical Education, Asiswala Kambi, is currently planning over a talent empowerment workshop for female staff of his ministry as part of the activities leading up to the Saturday's International Women's Day. The exercise aims to detect and develop other skills that the women in sports have highlighted in this excerpt of an interview of one of the coordinators of the event, Kenny Law. Take a listen. We are going to surely have that in our subsequent editions.
Merci à la grande équipe rédactionnelle de DFM. Merci à Christian Atibouta qui assura la mise en onde de ce journal. Merci à Christian Ekwala qui était à la réalisation. Au mic, nous étions Fru Williams et Joelle Hélène Ada. Madame, monsieur, si vous êtes à table, on vous souhaite bon appétit. Rendez-vous demain, 12h.